dyslexia. And if I can't read my own worksheet...
We're live.
Oh,
We're
shit.
Live. I don't know why Mike's strobing tonight.
Southern.
Like, that's weird because on my screen it's quite rapey. Here, like in my actual bedroom, like I can't see where it's coming from. Unless it's because it's one of those power saving. It's one of those power saving lamps because it's close to my face. It looks like it.
I am Johnny LaForge.
Don't get me started because I've been binging Deep Space Nine for the last few weeks, right? And I'm like obsessed with it. And every time I see anyone I know, I'm like, hey, have you watched Deep Space Nine? Do you want to talk about Deep Space Nine with me? I've got theories. Anyone want to talk about it? And nobody does. Of course, who wants to talk about Deep Space Nine? No one except me. So I'm desperately going around everybody I know, like, do you watch Star Trek? Do you like Deep Space Nine? Do you think Commander Sisko is the best captain? Yeah, let's talk about why. And like,
what I love is that you know that I've not watched Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, you don't
because
care
it
about
came out the same year I was born.
Yeah, but I'll keep sending you messages about it because no one else will talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, do you know what? Commander Sisko's in this episode doing this thing.
Can someone check that we're live, please?
I'm just doing the Twitter and then I will.
Oh yeah,
I do Instagram, but it doesn't work anymore.
Oh,
I don't know what to do with my life. Oh, I've just had the notification.
Oh, good.
Oh, me too.
Oh, H is here. Hello, H.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Have you retweeted it?
Retweeted what?
Not retweeted. Have you shared the thing?
No, I'm just typing it out now with my thumb. I'm just doing it.
Oops.
So have we all got stories? Yeah, we're all ready.
Yes.
Is that my phone doing that noise?
Oh, I can hear it too.
Noise?
It might be, but it's okay. Once the thing's gone, it should stop. And let's be honest, it's not like you're going to get loads of Facebook messages tonight.
It's not like I do anyway, Dave.
Yeah, the people you get Facebook messages on are in this chat.
Are all in this chat. Literally. Stories from the smoke room.
That's what we're called.
Yay! Hashtag podcast.
I mean, we've got people here.
That's will do.
In case the internet is wondering, this is what. Well, I assume this is what marketing is like a lot of the time.
Tweet. Okay, I've tweeted. Yay!
To be honest,
that was a little.
It's a lot like what the 90s were.
Yeah. What this is now with like sending that tweet and then being on the thing going, I've done the tweet, is like when you'd fax somebody and then ring them up to see if they got your fax.
So you know I have like hay fever for the entire year. I've had a really bad yeah, I have hay fever for the whole year. I have had a really bad headache because I've had really blocked up sinuses, and then for tea, because I was a bit desperate.
For dinner, yeah.
Tea. I got Coley Go noodles. I mean,
well,
and they're called hot and spicy, and my God, were they hot and spicy?
Have you not got a sinus problem anymore?
I don't
hasn't got a
have
sinus.
Yeah, I'm very much Daniela Westbrook at the minute.
What a reference!
So if I keep wiping my nose, I do apologise.
You've not got the Rona.
I've not got the Rona.
But I can smell salt and pepper chips.
Oh, I love salt and pepper chips.
Why is it you always get food when I'm on the podcast?
Because you won't let
It's already turned down a crumble to be here.
I've turned down a crumble and now you've got a salt and pepper chips. What a travesty this is.
Well, I might have cake coming, so who knows? So I'm gonna ask for cake just so Mikey gets really jealous. Because
Right.
I'm a dick.
Right, are we going to start this thing? Let's
And
start.
you look like every 90s children's TV presenter.
No, I look worse than that. I look like I'm cosplaying as Alan Partridge.
Give us a person to call us a fun song factory for old time's sake.
Thriker!
Right, Adam, can you explain something? Because this happens to
No.
me as well. I have to wear
Avoid it.
polo shirts for work. Okay?
Yes.
And you've got a little bit of a polo shirty thing going on there.
Little cheeky polo.
Yeah. Why does one collar go up and one collar goes down?
I think it's
also
because you
found
lied when
that.
you were 17.
It's because what, sorry?
It's because we haven't ironed them, Dave. That's literally the reason why. It's because we haven't ironed them, and when I put this away, I just didn't. I'm just bad at laundry, Dave.
Well,
I'm bad at laundry.
We can be bad at laundry together because I have the same problem. I mean, irons. We've had the same iron for like 25 years.
Well, we have.
Yeah, me and my wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not us.
Not
so
yet.
between us.
confused. Like,
Yeah.
For a second, Adam thought he was in some sort of like joint custody battle for an iron.
He's
I've
not
got
been getting his
images
fair
of-
share of it.
I've got images of you both in the same bed, like Morecambe and Boys.
I'm the pipe.
Ah,
What? Me and my wife, Mike?
No, you and
No.
I.
Like Bernie and wait,
Yeah.
what? Like Ernie and Bert?
right.
Right. I'm going down here.
Wrong.
I'll be back.
I
On
never
that
want to
note,
call
shall
Bernie
we
and
fucking start?
Shall we
Oh,
do a
yeah.
podcast?
Hey! It's
Yay!
stories from the smoke room. It worked last week. The technology worked, but for some reason, Mikey's turned up with no headphones, a really bad mic, and a strobe light.
It's Mikey. It's Mikey.
What a palaver.
What a palaver!
What a
Um,
palaver, an absolute treat.
And I would like to point out, I am still Sans Crumble.
Sans crumble.
I like
It's
the
not my
idea.
protein.
I still reckon it's your dad because, like I've said before, your dad in my head is very much my dad. So I like the idea that your dad's gone, right, he's doing that bloody podcast again. We've been sent upstairs. Molly, sort out a crumble. We'll show him.
Molly,
Dial a pizza, Mol. Dial a pizza.
get
Send him a
almost-
photo of us eating this crumble. Oh no, wait, the internet's broken.
It's almost like until you drop the stream.
Molly.
Today,
Use the tiny hammer and break the glass and get the emergency crumble.
today, he honestly went, will it be any more entertaining on a Monday?
Oh,
Oh,
burn.
yes, that is
Oh.
puts that energy in my veins.
I dropped the mic,
Now.
which is an expensive mic.
Now. Yes. Oh, we have 6 people. Whoa, hang
Can't
on.
afford to
Whoa.
break any more technology.
So who's eating? Is Rachel eating a classic jammy wagon wheel?
Yeah, jammy wagon wheel.
Ooh.
That's nearly as good as a jammy Tunnocks tea cake.
Look, let's not have this. I don't want
Let's
to
not start this again.
ruin our
Right.
friendship any more than it already
on.
has been.
We're starting. So, who's going first? Mikey's going first. Mikey,
You've
what's
got
your
the
story
list.
about?
My story is about a journey and some bubble tea.
Interesting.
Okay.
Imagine-
Very modern.
Imagine Lord of the Rings, but with lower stakes.
Oh, I hope there's a bird of prey involved.
Someone
yeah,
please.
right. He just gets attacked by like
Someone
a kestrel halfway through.
Please click that. It's like Lord of the Rings, but with lower stakes. Steph, what's your story about? You're next.
I'm not going to tell you what my story is about. I'm just going to say it was the 90s. It was a different time.
Steph's going to
Potentially
embarrass
gonna ruin
herself on
someone's life
stream
tonight.
Oh, I
again.
can't wait. I can't wait.
Adam Unwin, who is of course birthday boy.
Yay!
Round of applause for living 1 year older in a conservative
You made
government.
it.
Adam Unwin, what's your story about?
My story is about the horror that is Glen Eagles. The classist horror that is that piece of shit building.
Horrors. Horrors among horrors.
Then I'm going next. Mine is a story of two personalities clashing over something incredibly important.
Ooh.
Ooh. Steph. Hannah, you're last. What's your story about?
I've made a PowerPoint. That's right. When I should have been working, but I wasn't. I did a PowerPoint. To just
Those audio books aren't
really-
going to tell themselves, you know.
Oh no, my light went off.
Did anyone think Hannah sounded like the apparently kid then when she said PowerPoint?
Like the what?
Have you not seen the apparently kid?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, apparently that one.
I don't know that. I'm gonna look that up.
Okay, what's your story about, Hannah?
I don't want to ruin the surprise, but it's basically about the stupid things that you do when you're young that cost you money, and when you look back, you think, "What the fuck was I thinking?"
Is this just about your wedding again?
No.
Are you sure?
But that fits in that category. I've got a theme and I'm running with it. It's who I am. Basically, it's just an excuse for everyone to see how ridiculous I am, even more than usual.
Right, let's get started. Starting us off, he's in a disco. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mikey!
Yay!
So, breaking with convention slightly, this story of mine actually happened in May of this year, which in terms of time is sort of the shortest distance between something happening and retelling it. So I suppose, Dave, 2 years down the line, what you've proven is this concept has worked.
Yay!
I always said it, didn't I? I always said it.
Yeah. So it was May time, and me and a friend had agreed to meet each other. My friend Leanne, she lives in Birmingham. You've met Dave. She's
yes, Leanne. Yes, I met Leanne. Lovely person.
Yeah. It was before. It was just as sort of May opened up, and in between the July opening, so she was like, "Should we go out and like get some food and just hang out for a bit?" Yeah, and so went on the tram. Which I don't know if you've ever been on the tram, but like the phrase "slice of life," I feel it's sort of like it's amazing, isn't it? Like
Leanne's in the chat.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi, Leanne.
Yeah.
Hi.
So, first off, Mike, because if anyone's watching who doesn't know you, you're in a wheelchair.
I am. Which actually, later on in this story, becomes incredibly relevant.
One thing I'm very, very aware, and more aware of, since knowing you, Mike, is just how difficult public transport must be with a wheelchair.
But actually, trams, piece of piss.
Hey!
How is it?
Genuinely,
Yeah.
like, it's a pity they only go from here to Birmingham, because if it went any further, I don't think I'd ever be in the house, to be honest.
Where's
Being
Mikey?
tram man.
Where's Mikey? He's somewhere on the tram.
trams.
Oh, but a tram!
They're going to extend it, Mike. Mike, they're sending it to Dudley.
They are. Oh, it's just. I love like. It was the first time. This occasion was the first time I'd been on a tram since like the pandemic started. So like everything was an event. Like I missed how funny the stop name Dudley Street Guns Village was. Just because Dudley Street Guns Village, not a village, which I find quite amusing.
Sue 'em.
Yeah.
They do that in towns sometimes, don't they? And I don't really get it. Like, there's Wimbledon Village as a part of Wimbledon. And I'm like, this isn't a fucking village, guys. I've been to villages.
Seven sisters, not related. Happens.
I've been to Sevenoaks. There's not a tree there at all. So
Single tree.
Cockfosted, no, hang on.
No.
No.
it's where you go to like adopt a chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good, Adam.
So there was me and my two sisters. We went on the tram. That was very lovely. Got off at New Street. Met Leanne there. Was like said our hellos. You know, we met everyone for the first time. It was all very, very cordial, very lovely. And then what happened was we were meeting at the mailbox this eve. Like,
nice.
You know,
very posh, Mike. Very posh.
Yeah, let's really go to town. It's quite a journey from.
You think ZZ's is posh?
Yes, I do, Adam. Yes, I do.
Adam,
this is the most classic I've ever had on the podcast.
I served in ceramic bowls.
That's posh.
That's posh.
That's posh.
Yeah, because they could give it you on a paper plate. And what would that be?
Or on a recipe book with a plate like printed on the front.
Oh, I hate shit like that.
That's,
Just give me a plate.
ceramic bowls doesn't happen a lot in Westfield.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. We don't know
Steps
nothing
about
but
this
ceramic
far away
bowls.
from like running downstairs and picking up a bowl and coming back like.
I've got a bowl.
In fairness, Steph, you do own the largest collection of ceramic teapots this side of Technol. So.
Exactly.
I'm getting that blue plaque. I'm making you a blue plaque of that.
Hang on.
This location in 2021, the largest collection of
Oh my God,
teapot! Gravy. What's on it?
What's
Isn't
on
that
what?
the Guildford
What's on
one?
the teapot?
That's the one that liberated itself from that pub in Gloucester. It jumped into that handbag.
Leapt
It did, Your Honour.
forcefully. I tripped and fell, and my handbag fell open. And as I picked it up, it accidentally scooped it up in it.
I mean, it wasn't my handbag, so you know.
Yeah, you're free of.
Forensics ain't got shit on me. Sorry, Mike.
But anyway, you were going to Zzz's, which is a very nice place to eat. Thank
Very
you.
posh.
I didn't say it was.
Yeah.
So we didn't know where we were going because we'd never been to the mailbox before, so it's all pretty new. But Leanne did. So Leanne led the way, and feel free to respond to this in the chat, Leanne. But very, very quick driver. And like she was, and to the point where Molly was, like, we were like, Jesus, yeah, slow down a bit.
Like jogging.
My anxiety was like it's insane. But like we got there, and the plan was that in order to walk back, I would ring the help, as we say a lot on the podcast, and they would come and accompany me back to wherever we were. So that was the plan. We got to Zzz's, and like really over attentive staff. I'd just like to think that they were like dead pleased they'd got some disabled in so they could practice, their new training that they'd had.
This is it. We all through the pandemic, they trained us for this. Come on.
Quick, turn to page 5 in the pamphlet.
What if he's a mystery shopper?
Someone get all the chairs out the disabled toilet.
We've got to get this perfect.
Zizzi's is also one of those places where they give you those pasta crisps.
Pasta crisps?
You took the mickey out of me for saying they're posh. They've got pasta crisps. What the fuck
I've never even heard of this. It sounds posh as hell.
It's a TikTok thing.
Pasta crisps?
Yeah. You boil the pasta and then you put them on a baking tray with like parmesan and like some herbs and stuff, and you pop them in the oven and they go really crispy and they are beautiful.
I'm going to do that. Sounds great. Recipe. Like, just so you know, Leanna said, really what you should have said is skilled. A skilled driver. Skilled.
Oh, no, incredibly skilled.
Skilled, like a Formula One driver.
Yeah.
Formula One drivers are very skilled.
Like Colin McRae.
Quite first.
Honestly, it was like the Monaco Grand Prix made more so because we had to go underneath. We had to go in the multi-story to get there. So it's like you walk from New Street through the multi-story, and then it brings you out the other side.
So anyway, you want to soup up your own chair, Mike? If Leanne's got a super duper chair that can burn you off.
I'm not sure. Like, it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, Leanne, but I'm not sure it's super duper. I just think she's a bit more confident.
Why?
But we will.
Was she getting oversteer in turn 3? That's what we want to know.
But we'll get to that point later in the story. So I had this pasta thing in the ceramic pots. There was like cheese, there was like bacon, chicken, mushroom stuff, some tomato stuff. It was very, very nice. Leanne and I sort of, whenever we go out, we sort of both aim for the thing that's the least messy. Just it cuts
I also do that.
That's
quite a lot.
That's not a cerebral palsy thing, Mike. I do that as well.
Yeah, no, I do that. I'm like, which of these has got the sauce that's going to get least on these clothes? Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're saying that, we went out a couple of weeks ago again recently, and the only thing that I had on the menu that was stabbable was macaroni cheese.
Oh, so you won. You won the meal.
That was
but I didn't. Well, like, the only food you could use with a fork is sort of important, I think. But I thought, no, do you know what? I might have. So I ended up with a burger. Digressed a bit, but this burger was huge. So what I chose to do was eat it layer by layer.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's always a tactic with a too big a burger.
Yeah, break
when
it
it
down.
is bigger than your face.
Yeah.
Deconstruct.
I think the key with the deconstructed burger is to remember it gets better as soon as you get past the bread.
Yeah, you're starting with the worst layer.
Yeah.
You're starting with the dry layer.
Hang on a second. When we were talking about deconstructing, I thought you were just going to take out some of the bits and then just make a smaller burger. Not eat them like bun, burger, bun, you weirdo.
Just the onion layer.
God, someone clip that, please.
Like, honestly, if I was a restaurant owner and you were in and you started eating your burger like that, I would ring the police. Like, there is a clear psychopath in our establishment.
Leanne's saying Leanne's saying it was a treat to behold. Also in the chat, our good friend H has suggested what we need is a drag race to test out the hardware and the metal of the drivers. And she's willing to be the safety car on her scooter so you can check out the track first behind her and then go. Just so you know, we've arranged that on your behalf. So
I feel like this is an afternoon in like West Park that we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, and I think it has to happen. And I think we should live stream it on the podcast. Anyway, as you were.
Know what we should do? We should, you know, the Commonwealth Games, the cycling is at West Park next year.
Is it?
You should gate crash.
Let's book it off work. Book it off work. We're doing it and we'll stream it live as a podcast. Oh my word.
Round of velodrome.
When the Olympics is on about inspiring generation, this is exactly what they meant.
We'll have to get you like safety gear with like stories from the smoke room, like merchandise.
So excited for this.
I'm really into it. We could put stickers on your wheelchair that's like little logos.
Oh, we should put stickers on it that are like key lines that we've like said over these years. And at least one sticker has to say, as a man with not great fine motor skills. Like just on the back.
Also, I feel like I have to apologise for sort of roping Leanne into this.
No, Leanne's into the idea. Yeah, she thinks it's amazing. Yeah, she's already psyching you out because she's gonna win.
Or like a year out and the trash talk's already started.
Yeah, and Rachel says we need to have driver cams, which I think is very essential for the podcast.
We'll get some GoPros.
Yes, I've got one. Oh my god. I want this to happen so badly. I'm very invested. Anyway,
I feel like this could turn slightly exploitative, but like I reckon we can dance on that line quite well. It's okay.
It'll do.
We'll iron out the details closer to the time.
Yeah. We'll sort out contracts later.
So, Mike, back to the story. We're doing a story.
So we'd finished the food. It was all very lovely, and we're like, I'll sort out the journey back. So I phoned my sisters and was like, we're ready whenever you are. Don't mind waiting. You know, just.
Leanne's just outside the mailbox racing the taxi drivers.
And then,
oh my god!
Neon's rampart.
Then Molly and Chloe were like, we just buy the bull ring, we won't be long. And then I thought, well, the bull ring is not that far away from here. And then Leanne was like, I mean, we could just, it's pointless for them to come all the way here. Just like, come here. We could just meet them there. It's like, well, I don't really know where I'm going. Got to go through the multi-story car park over those sort of bumps that they sometimes put on the pavement. Sort of and it's a bit unsure. But by the same token, I'm thinking, well, I've been in my house for the last year. And I'm thinking, no, this is not the attitude I wanted to come out of a pandemic with. So I call them back. I'm like, you know what? I think I might walk to you. And it's like, yeah, Eric. And obviously, like, I know now that they obviously like weren't sure about it, but obviously didn't want to poo-poo them over here. Like, Yeah, no, that's fine. Cool. So Leanne took the front.
That was a good plan. Yeah.
And we very slowly made our way from the mailbox to the bull ring, which isn't that close together, but it's made slightly more of a challenge when you can only go at a set speed, because it's sort of slightly longer. And we got to the multi-story car park and some of the dodgy halls. I was like, "Don't freak out, Mike. You can do it. Just one. I was going to say one hump at a time.
It's a philosophy we can all live by."
What you say? I left my door open. They're all talking. I can't hear it.
They're supposed to be upstairs.
Yeah, Mike, they're supposed to be upstairs.
Yeah? Your stage crew are slacking. Get on the tannoy.
Yeah, they're trying to put me off. It's like an improv show out there. Anna and Adam know what to do. Completely.
Do a funny dance usually is what I do.
Yeah.
Always good.
Talk a lot about a tiny carrot.
Hashtag callbacks.
I still can't believe that story. We went on for like 20 minutes. 10 minutes of that was the pair of you. Oh my god. People should watch that. So anyway, and then eventually we see the bull ring, the bull, and I'd made it despite what me being unsure of myself. You know, despite what my sort of brain being unsure said, I did it. So thank you, and so I would, and then Molly and Chloe came over with some bubble tea, which is, I have to say, the biggest fraud since Dean Saunders.
The biggest fraud since Dean Saunders.
Well,
is that a football thing?
I will happily defend Dean Saunders just because of the way he did at Wrexham, but yeah, he's a bit shit.
I don't know if you've ever had bubble tea. But
if it's not Steve Bruce, I don't know who it is. Is Steve Bruce a fraud? Is it the biggest fraud since Steve Bruce?
Steve Bruce is the managerial equivalent of wet, damp, white bread.
That's why he's my favourite. I love bread. Carry on.
I mean, at least Steve Bruce has a style of play.
Yeah,
so I realise that's a pretty niche phrase. I was rehearsing various different analogies I could go with. And that's the best one. That's arguably the funniest one I came up with. But actually, maybe it didn't work for the room.
No, it landed with everyone except me because I don't know who it is. But like everyone else thought it was very funny.
All I'm saying is he won 5 games with you. That'll do, right?
Yeah.
Mike, bubble tea, Mike. Are you gonna slag off bubble tea?
Well, it's sort of like, imagine drinking bubble wrap, but you're also popping the bubbles. It's just no.
I've never actually had it. Like, do the little things burst? No, bubble tea. Do the little things clearly?
You have had bubble wrap, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a flavour of the liquid, and you have a flavour with the bubbles. But they also give you a much bigger straw, so you can suck the bubbles up.
Right. But do the bubble? Are they like beans, or are they just like?
You have to be careful, otherwise you will like. For want of a better phrase, deep throat a bubble, and that's not what you want. Like I've seen it go terribly wrong on TikTok. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but like people are like bubble tea, and then they suck it up, and then there's like just bubbles just popping everywhere as they cough it up.
You know when you eat like a strawberry and you get the bits of the seed. It's sort of.
Yeah. So they are like. Are they hard? I'm trying to picture.
They're like a little gel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They like those things that in the like face scrub that.
No, because they're scratchy and illegal.
No, not micro. No, they used to be these things. No, anyway, it was back in the 90s. You won't remember.
I really won't. I'm a young'un.
Carry on, Mike.
Well, I mean,
but I'm just going to sit here and try and imagine the bubbles in my mouth because I can't.
I mean, that was really the end of the story, but just to finish it off on a nice note, it was a really lovely day, and people should see their pals more often.
Okay, Mikey, if Leanne wasn't in the chat, how would you describe the day?
I mean, the quality of the pasta was outstanding.
I'm here to cause chaos.
Leanne, I'd like to apologise for the actions of some people in the stream.
Yeah, Dave.
I mean, we'll have to meet in real life now because it'd be weird if you didn't.
Yes.
Seeing we've gone through this together.
Yeah, and we need to do that.
Yes, we do need to meet our pals more often.
I was going to say, saying that, we've been open as a country for months and none of us have seen each other.
Yeah, but you guys
that was through misadventure rather than because we were gonna, weren't we? But then it all went wrong because I hurt myself.
You guys live sidey. We live sidey, and that's really hard to go sidey. Whereas uppy downy is fine.
Yes, uppy downy is fine. Sidey is really bad.
Yeah, I'm willing to drive 6 hours to go see a friend uppy downy, but I'm not willing to go an hour and a half sidey.
I was going to say it. You know, Scotland, like.
Yeah.
It's so inconvenient to drive an hour and a half, but 6 hours to Scotland.
Well, it was lovely. The road was like absolute dream tarmac. I just was zoomed there.
It is a very, very nice drive.
If Leanne couldn't have made that day, Mikey, I don't know what your cats are doing behind you, Steph.
They are just chasing each other around.
Sorry. Yes.
If Leanne couldn't have made it, Mikey, what other friend would you have liked to have gone with?
What?
What? Weird.
You can't ask that. So, who would you prefer to hang out with?
I'm going to ask Leanne. Leanne, who would you? If Mikey couldn't have gone, who would you have liked to have hung out with?
I have no friends.
See how rude it sounds, Dave. Is the answer still Steph?
I'm aware of how evil that sounded.
I mean, all I'll say is, disabled people are better than able-bodied folk, anyway.
Whoa!
I agree.
That's definitely true.
That was
weird.
That was what I should have said was non-disabled folk.
Leanne would, if Mikey wasn't available, she would have liked to go to Zizi's with Gillian Anderson. And I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Yeah.
I'm willing to not be picked for Gillian.
Yeah. I would give up my seat for Gillian. Yeah.
As long as she would send me a voice note. Saying how grateful. Just say, where Gillian's like dead grateful that I gave it one.
Hannah, can you do an interpretation of what that voice note would be?
I can't do Gillian Anderson's voice.
It's a good job because Rachel has put Gillian Anderson could turn me.
Yeah, she's.
She already has. You just don't know about it.
That was a lovely story, Mike. It was a story of friendship. It was a story of.
Can you see how it was exactly like Lord of the Rings?
I'll be honest, when you were talking, the soundtrack was going on in my head.
What we were missing now, Mike, was there was no point where you had to throw something into a fiery volcano, and there was only one ending.
That's how they make the pasta crisps.
Yeah. They threw that pasta into a volcano and out came some crisps.
That wasn't even the crisp, that was a paprika on them. I've never seen so much paprika on one thing.
It's like when you go to Five Guys, and you should never go to Five Guys. But when you go to Five Guys and you have their Cajun fries, the amount of Cajun powder they put on it, it's like, can I have some fries with my Cajun powder?
Yeah, and
but
then
if
they
they
didn't taste like Cajun, you'd moan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've ordered Cajun fries and I can't taste the Cajun.
I ordered Cajun fries and I think I just got fries. I'd like some more Cajun.
Jennifer and I just got back from New Orleans and I think you'll find the fries there are very Cajun-y. Unlike these poor substitutes.
And put that
what I will
on
say
your
for
wall.
Five Guys, if you order a large fries, you can feed a table of 6.
Yeah,
Like-
I just get like a small and share it with someone because they're so big.
I've had Five Guys once and it made me very poorly.
Did it?
I imagine
Yeah.
5 guys at the same time would do that.
Yeah.
Pa-pow! Pa-pa-pa-pow!
I'll set them up. You knock them down. I was hoping someone would say, "Well, Five Guys can ruin your ass," but whatever. Potato.
Wait, that was...
Mike,
I
ladies and
didn't know
gentlemen.
how to push it.
Yay!
Steph.
Going back as well. What a
Steph, 1990s.
Yes. So my story.
Steph, everybody!
Yay!
So my story is it was the 90s. It was a different time, and I feel like I'm going to need to say that phrase a lot during this
Oh
story.
no! Do you talk
So-
about your
Where
gadgets
you
and like
at,
vinyl
Yelsey?
collection a lot during it?
You what?
What other?
Where
Carry
you-
on.
Adam, no. Sit. Shh.
What's a different time?
Carry on, Steph.
What were you going to say, Adam? Or is that going to get us banned? Don't
Sure.
Text me about it later.
The only
Well,
method of
WhatsApp,
communication
that-
left.
What I'll
Okay.
do is I'll write it on a Word document and I'll put it on a USB and I'll post it to you.
Oh, I feel like that's going to be worse. Because I'll forget. And then, like, a couple of days' time, I'll go, what's this? Oh, no.
Oh no! And it comes up and it's in wingdings, and you're like, oh fuck!
Like the weirdest Indiana Jones ever.
Yeah, just trying to pore over the code. Like, what does it mean?
I stumbled across an old note in my phone and it read, you know, you get the preview lines. The preview line it was, "Am I human?" Turned out on closer inspection, it was just a game of Who Am I left over from Christmas.
I love finding random notes in my phone. Like, I think we should do an episode where we look at random notes in our phone because I've got some fucking mental stuff in here where I wake up in the night and write down, like, is it a thing that people ring the doorbell or something? And then I wake up and I'm like, what?
Hannah's
It's
random
nice to know I'm
notes.
not the only
Coming
one
in
having
through.
an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Steph,
So, my story actually, like Mike, starts fairly recent, and then I'm going to need Adam to do the as we go back in time to the 1990s. So,
Why is it only me? Why is it only Adam? I can't. Just because I've not got full function of my left hand doesn't mean I can't do the do.
I mean,
And he did it then to prove it.
I was going to let Adam do it because it's his birthday, but you make it about you, Mike. It's cool.
oh no!
He's slowly going away.
Oh God! Someone.
Oh,
clip
don't
that,
start coughing
please.
now to get sympathy. I'm not having it.
Oh, clip it.
Anyway.
Hang
Oh,
on. Sorry.
we're
sorry.
gonna get banned from Twitch.
Who was sharing the Instagram link in the chat?
Yeah, I am. Why?
Why? Right now.
Oh yeah!
It's like,
Look,
it's like asking people to carve into a stone like the dark pictures and watch that
Literally.
instead.
Earlier on, I was having such a crisis. I will read you the messages I sent Dave. 'cause
Oh,
I
yeah,
was-
please do. They
I
were
was losing
brilliant.
my head. So, I said, I rung him and was like, I need the code because I thought it was just my WhatsApp that had broken. So I completely deleted WhatsApp and now I can't get it back. And so he sent it me. I was like, thanks. Apparently, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are all down. It's like living in the Stone Age, Dave. Might as well start sending a fucking carrier pigeon. I didn't stop. I went,
Just get going.
I went, let me get my fucking quill out. Dave then replied, how do I send a dick pic via text? I don't know. Get a quill out and draw a dick. That's all you can do now. Might as well get a stone tablet out and start chiseling. It won't let me send pictures on Messenger. What's the point in living? If anything, I realise I am far too reliant on technology today.
The old maxim of like the world is always like 6 meals away from revolution should become the world is always 6 just hours without Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp before Steph takes a hatchet to a power bank somewhere. If I can't have it, no one can.
It becomes like the end of one of those really scary like public safety videos from the 80s, like at the power station.
Just goes full thread.
She's wearing a shell suit. It's like the... Oh. Anyway, so it's the 90s. No, it's not the 90s.
It's not the 90s yet.
It's not the 90s
yet. So it feels
get ready, Mike. Mike, get ready. Your time's nearly here.
No, it's not Mike. I'm not having it. It's Adam's day. Shush. So, I'm a proper teacher then. I do apologise. My story actually starts last Tuesday. So I went to watch Wolves versus Tottenham in the cup match. I wish I hadn't. And then so I'd met uptown with my mum, my dad, my brother, and his girlfriend. So my mum and my dad and me, we went on ahead because we were meeting somebody else, and we were sat in our seats waiting. And all of a sudden, this older gentleman starts to walk up the stairs, and as I clock him, I went, "Oh my God, that's my old head teacher from primary school." And he then sits in the seat in front of us. By the way, I have never checked my own language at a football game as much as I did for the next 90 minutes. At one point I went, "Dickhead," and then went... I am 31 years old. I have not seen this man in 20 years. But
you
I was like,
absolute rotters!
Yeah. So...
Dickhead. That's a compound word.
I've learned so much. So
Level
immediately 5? I'm on my phone going, Adam, oh my God, like to my brother, not to Unwin.
I was going to say, I did not get these messages.
It must have been, WhatsApp must have been down then as well. Going, oh my God, it's Mr. Arnold. And so my brother came up the stairs about 20 minutes later and realised he was sat next to him. So, like, a conversation sort of sparked up between all of us, and he was talking to us and like, "Hey, how you doing?" And, "Oh, I'm retired." And I'm like, "Yes, you should be. You're like 109. But like,
Steph's people skills.
It's like, "Oh, I'm retired now," and you're like, "Well, I'm glad."
I'm glad.
I thought you'd be dead by now.
No.
Why are you even here? It can't be very good on the heart.
Oh, it was a cold night. I did worry about him.
Get a little blankie out.
So, like, yeah, so I saw him and it was great to see him. And then in the car journey home, me and my brother got talking about how this man has not physically changed in 20 years. Like, he's still got the same blue handkerchief. Like, he sounds the same. He looks the same. It's really weird. Like, and you're right, Adam.
Yep.
Just so weak. So then me and my brother got talking about like primary school days and how inappropriate some of the stuff that went on would be now. So like we were talking specifically about how this guy during one of the summer terms was like, "Yeah, kids, I now cycle to school because I'm thinking about my health." He got done for drink driving. Like trying to cover it up.
I'm coming in because I'm just too healthy. Just too healthy.
All it was typical teacher Friday. Like everyone piles in the pub for a quick one to slag off all the kids. And then like you're driving home because he got caught speeding, like they automatically breathalyzed him. And So yeah, and like he tried to like do the whole yes, we're thinking about health, but then it appeared in the newspaper, and like he's actually really good friends with my mum and dad, and so he was like talking to them on the school gates, going, "Yeah, I done messed up." Like it was brilliant. But the one thing we talked about more than anything was the Mr. Arnold bum pat.
Can I just say I'm glad Steph didn't want me to do the because I feel like I wouldn't like to have been held responsible for like triggering that memory. So yeah, Adam, take it away.
So it was the 90s. It was a different time.
That sounds like the title of the sitcom that would last the shortest on air.
I'm older than you, and no teacher ever touched my bum. Anyway, carry on.
Right. So I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of this one. No, I refused it. My headmaster was the coolest guy on earth. Until it came to the girls' football team, where he thought that girls didn't play football, and so like the girls that wanted to play football, myself included, were all kind of like, if you want to. Like he pretty much picked the activity that after school that he thought no one would turn up for, so he could go home early. And so like all these girls rocked up, and then he was like, oh, okay, take some shots at me. So all the rest of the girls kind of went, and the ball like trickled. Then it got to me, and I smashed it, and nearly took his head off. And he was like, right, okay, you can go in goal. And that was it. That's how we did the football team. But
right,
he was a football man through and through. And Dave, you might be able to back me up on this. You know, boys and lads when they play football, and then they have the celebratory bum pat in the dressing room.
No,
back me up.
I know it's a thing. Never had it done.
It's a thing, yeah?
Never had it done.
So
and I think it's only a thing in like American films.
Yes.
And Mark
this
Patterson.
Transpired into his form of education. And on Friday, when we got certificates, he was like, you get your certificate and you got the bum pat to say well done as well. No. Now, it is completely wrong, but all of the kids lived for the bum pat.
Like a Hollywood handshake.
Like a Hollywood handshake of inappropriateness.
That's what they call a bum pat in Hollywood.
That's how you get cast in a blockbuster film.
This transpired into me and my brother sat there at the football, and my brother goes, if he gives me the bum pat as I leave, it's going to have made my night.
Mikey's house has got a ghost.
Oh, what happened there?
It's just Molly in a hoodie.
Oh, she was wearing white. That's why it threw us off. Stage crew wear black.
I didn't even see that. I was looking at Steph's window.
I'll just say, there's a natural sort of pause in the story when Steph automatically went to Dave, football lads. It was a bit like, well, I'm a football lad too.
No. What I mean is football Dave's era.
As soon as you said bum pat, I was like, well, I've obviously never experienced.
Right.
It would be quite tricky to.
Adam, do not do that.
I'm not going to hit that moment again.
Sat down.
We are dancing on the edge this week, I swear.
Right.
Come on.
First proper week back. It might be the last.
Yeah. So my brother was like, do you realise how bad it was that we used to sit there and go, this certificate means jack all if I don't get the bum pat to go with it? And I was shocked.
Yeah.
So, like, I was sat there going, this is a guy that I used to idolise, and now I'm kind of creeped out by him.
Yeah.
And I'm a teacher. So
the safeguarding aspects.
As kids, you wouldn't know.
No.
And in a way, that's kind of, I want it, grooming?
It's not. I mean, it's not. But like, because there was nothing past that point. But what I'm saying is, now, as a fully grown adult, both me and my brother went, wouldn't it be funny? And there was a point where we were going, we are so warped and so traumatized. So yeah, my story is perhaps the bum pat was not as celebratory as it should have been. I think maybe that we just stick to handshakes. But what I will say is he never forgot our names. Like, he knew both of us by names without being prompted. And then as the match was just about to start, there was a guy that came up the stairs, easily in his 40s, who clocked this guy and went, hang on a second, you were my head teacher when I was at primary school. And the guy reeled his name off like that. And I was impressive. Like, that's impressive.
I don't even think I'd recognise my
don't touch
head
his
teacher.
bottom. Yeah. So, yeah.
It's very impressive. From the outside, I have to say, Steph, still a bit weird.
It's majorly weird. And I will tell you one last story, and I don't know how this guy didn't get fired for it. So my brother was like, oh, no, it gets worse. So there was a radio presenter came in, and he bum patted her. Because it's the 90s and it's a different time.
Do you know what? The 90s and like the 2000s were actually really fucked up in so many ways.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah. I'm older than you by quite some way. At my secondary school, we had the games teacher who used to torture the kids. Like physical torture, right? You had to stand there at the start of the lesson, and he would come round and find new and increasingly creative ways to inflict pain upon you. From pulling your hair to kind of like, you know, he tweaked nipples and stuff like that, right? It was torture.
Fucking hell.
See, you thought the bum pat was weird. Hang on, there's like the red room at the middle of school.
We also had a teacher, and it was common knowledge. It was like, do not get in trouble with that teacher because he will fill you up in the office.
Oh, right. Well, hang on.
Hang on. I heard fill you up.
Yeah.
No, feel.
Oh, right. I also
that was an accent thing. That was an accent thing.
That's suddenly better.
Did you go to the school from If? Like, the Malcolm McDowell film?
Did you
graduate by getting a machine gun and just gunning down the headmaster like Michael McDowell did?
I mean, in fact, the head teacher stole loads of money from the school fund. And
I mean, I worked at a school where somebody did that like 4 years ago, so I wouldn't worry.
But you know when like head teachers leave and teachers leave, they do a collection. They did a collection for the head teacher. Literally, no one gave any money.
I think you've had enough.
The amount of parents that you would hear going, he's bloody had his share.
But you know, it's not that long ago that teachers used to go to the pub on the lunch break.
Yeah, June.
When I was working,
good times. Good times.
When I was working in schools in the early 2000s, there was the smoking room at the back of the staff room.
Oh, yeah.
Now, kids, welcome to the afternoon session. I'm going to teach you about science. Just set fire to chemicals. I don't give a shit.
Now I know why in primary school most of my teachers just wanted us to do a bit of art in the afternoon because they were all nursing a hangover from lunch.
Right, close.
Wheel the big telly in and press play, and then go sit in the dark at the back.
We're gonna watch Goodnight, Mr. Tom again.
For the 6th time this week.
Really in the big telly.
Well,
do you remember when they used to wheel in the big telly and you were buzzing off your tits because you knew you hadn't got to do any writing?
Yeah.
But it was always one of those educational sciencey ones or the health and social ones.
Wordy.
Look and read.
Do you remember Wordy?
Yeah, Wordy.
Everyone.
We've definitely talked about this before.
We have, yeah.
Because I sent you a picture of Wordy on the thing, and you were like, "Oh, it's like a big orange."
Yeah,
the big orange
alien
bin
thing with letters on.
Read.
Yeah, like a big bin.
It was a big orange bin.
Yeah, there he is.
Like a shit Dalek.
And he was all like, "Oh, we're going to do some
A
reading."
shit Dalek.
Like
See,
that.
we didn't have Wordy. We did have an orange alien who'd come to save the planet.
Yeah. Like
and-
Ollie the
and you
alien or
also-
something.
Ollie the alien, yeah.
And you also had a slightly pervy head teacher.
And a slightly pervy head teacher.
Steph Loftus, like.
Yay! It was a different time.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
Different time.
Oh God! Thank God it was a different time.
Yeah.
Thank God we're not like that anymore. Jeez. Adam.
Right, chippity chop then, lads, because it's 8:30 already, and we've got 3 stories left.
It's all right. Mine's quite nice and just ranty.
Mine's quite quick, to be fair.
Nice and ranty. Adam, it's the birthday boy.
Yay!
So you can tell we've recently done stuff because all of our stories are recent. And my story is from
For
Friday.
the first time in 2
Yeah.
years.
I'm just padding. So I drove up to
'cause
Scotland.
We need this show to be longer, don't
Right.
we?
Yeah, we don't. I know. The thing is, I know what we're like. I'll be like, I drove to Scotland and we'll have like a half an hour diatribe about the M1 or something. I drove to Scotland. The drive itself was to see a friend who works up at Gleneagles. The drive itself was fine. A lorry nearly killed me. But
That always happens.
It was really, really rainy, and through Stoke, it's all uppy, downy bits. And so I was overtaking the lorry as the lorry went through a big puddle, and water hit my car. I went, whoa!
Having lived in Stoke for 3 years, I can confirm it is all up and downy bits.
Yep. But as the water hit me, I went,
No drop curbs.
Pardon?
No drop curbs.
Yeah,
Really?
because
They're going to annoy you.
it's why you're not there anymore.
Well, very true. Also, my degree's finished. Just...
And no one wants to stay in Stoke. That's why I drove through it twice.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
It was implied.
Brunches exists. I don't think it does anymore. I think it closed. Oh my God.
So the only reason to visit Stoke in Mikey's head is gone.
That's some lovely pottery.
Right, Duck.
Literally Port Vale away, isn't it? That's the only reason for going.
I watched Wrexham lose 5-0 at Port Vale. Our keeper scored an own goal, and the greatest own goal I've ever seen. He literally, a tame shot came in and he pushed it over his head into his own net. Beautiful. There were 12 away
You drive
fans.
past that stadium on the trip up to Scotland.
Lovely.
It's one of the only football teams I know. I'm like, Port Vale's in Stoke because you drive past it when you're going up to Scotland. Anyway, carry on.
Good.
Your football knowledge knows no limits.
I know Steve Bruce managed Hull at some point, and I know that Port Vale is in Stoke.
What's the
And
other? You must.
What's the name
What?
of the footballer with the nice arms?
Oh. Don't tell me you've forgotten.
I can hear it in my head. I just can't say it. Adama Traore.
Oh, I need to send you a picture of a new one because his shorts rode up the other day and I forgot what the score was.
When WhatsApp comes back.
Which player was
You
this?
gotta wait for WhatsApp to come back, otherwise you just have to paint
Oh.
me a picture of it and send
He
it.
has got thighs for days.
He's quite
What?
a tank, isn't he? He's quite bulky.
Yeah, he's quite something.
What I enjoyed then was Steph said it, then realised that this is saved, and you sort of went, "God, how days." Oh, my mum can watch this.
No, she won't. She's disappointed in me enough already.
This is true. This is very true. But yeah,
My
nearly-
Steph's entire WhatsApp chat is just pictures of footballers going,
Not
yeah.
anymore. I don't have WhatsApp, so
Back in the day when we used to have WhatsApp.
Back in day, when we were able to connect and message freely.
Now we'll just have to like paint little watercolours of footballers and post.
I will
them to each
I'll
other.
draw you a picture of him.
Yes,
Carry
please.
on.
Carry on.
Yeah, I nearly killed, but so the water hit my car. So much water hit my
Still
car.
on the M1.
So much water hit my car that my radio changed source from from auxiliary input and it went to classic FM. So it was like, and my brain went, "Oh, this is what heaven sounds like." As if I go to heaven.
I think we all know.
I've committed many sins
Heaven.
crimes.
Heaven is a classical version of a Ed Sheeran song.
On the M6. Please, can you send that to me and then I'll sell it as an NFT?
But you can't
no, because I can't send anything.
You can't have a physical NFT. It's fungible if it's physical.
Why not?
It was
It's
the way it went into focus. It was perfect. Oh dear me. Is anyone still watching
That's
this?
my favourite word now.
I need to write his name underneath so we know who we're talking about. Hang on.
That's the real art. It could be anyone. You can interpret it as all you wish.
So anyway, you made it to Scotland.
I'm in Scotland, yeah. So I went to Glen Eagles to see a Friendington who works there. For those who don't know, Glen Eagles is dumb. It is a big old fancy golf hotel and place where lots of rich people go and play stupid golf, and it costs like £400 a night to have the most basic room in advanced. It's fucking stupid. But like, it's the sort of annoying hotel that has a it has a helipad that is used. That's how rich the clientele are. And I made, as driving in, I made a mistake and took a wrong, I went on rather than going to the car park and ended up at the front of it around their fancy roundabout in my little Citroen DS3 going like, I'm definitely not meant to be here. Parked next to this Barber branded classic Land Rover that's like immaculate and polished, and like these vintage Rolls Royces. I'm like, yep, if I crash here, I might as well kill myself. Going in.
I was going to say, someone's phone's going, but it seems to have stopped.
Yes.
Yeah, it's clear.
I'm going to turn mine off.
My internet's off.
Went and met my friend, which is lovely. And I went, look, it's lovely to meet you, and I'd like to go for a quick walk just to stretch my legs. But also, I've been driving for 6 hours. I need a wee.
Did you say it in that voice? Because it feels a bit creepy when you say it like that.
You know I did.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and
I need to.
You know, you can just say the words. Like, you don't have to be like when your nan goes lesbian. You don't have to do that. You can just say lesbians.
Someone didn't have a madly Scottish gran who's like, hey, they're all lesbians.
Oh, she was Welsh Chapel.
So breathy. Oh, they're a lovely pair of ladies, but they're like sisters, but they're... I wonder if the Welsh Bible has anything about no. My brain went.
Stay on track. Come on.
I don't know why my Welsh Bible is actually right there. But yeah, I've been in hotels before. I've walked into fancy hotels before because other people were paying. I've never walked into a hotel and gone, even when I pretend to be dumb posh, which I enjoy doing a lot. And I was like, I'm going to pretend that I belong. I'm like, I can't raise myself to this level, even acting wise. My brain is like, nope, just steal everything you can and run. I wanted to just nick it all. I walked. I'm in a hotel. There's a big old fancy restaurant there, which is fine. There's a sign for the cloakrooms because they can't use the word toilet because it's a fancy people place and they'll get offended. I don't know. There's because toilet implies genitals and that's just not on. And I was like, of course, I'll follow the signs around. There's a lovely marble floor. I look up and I'm in a fancy ass shopping arcade in a hotel, which is weird to begin with. There's a fancy distillery on one side selling Glen Eagles whiskey for £1,000, and then there's a hop and scotch shop. They sell really expensive children's toys, and there's Chamber and Clay that make men's tweed clothes, and there's Glen Eagles bags, and a place that sells nothing but cashmere. I was like, okay.
Was it set up like a little street?
No, it's like really fancy like Victorian arcades.
Yes, I do.
Did you have the?
It was that.
Did you have the feeling that you should have just walked in and going, "Oh, Jeremy Corbyn"?
No, right. What I think they rely on social awkwardness to never be like have a revolution. Because I walked in and I went, I can smell incense and posh things. I want to apologise to the air for because the air was meant to be it was meant to be breathed in by somebody who deserves it. And I clearly I'm not wealthy enough to breathe in this air. It's been like clearly like refined 4 times.
I'm aware that I'm someone who thinks that ZZ's posh.
Yeah.
But me and a mate of mine went into a cafe, although I suppose you would call it a restaurant, in Tettenhall, which is posh. And the cafe was posh. And it was beautiful because my mate just walked in and pretty much at the top of his voice went, "It's a bit fucking blancmange in here."
I am stealing that. I am stealing that forever. I'm saying that every time I go anywhere. It's a fucking blancmange.
Anna, could you only do it in your Cockney Orphan voice, please?
Extra. It's a bit bloody blancmange in here.
Timothy, you're embarrassing me in front of my guests.
I was just.
Damn you, Timothy!
Apples and pears. It's a bit blancmange in here.
Damn you, Timothy. The mayor. The mayor is the thing.
Anyway.
This was so I make it to the gentleman's cloakroom. And outside the gentleman's cloakroom, because like, you know, for these sort of places, you go in with your family, darling, I need to go for a whizzle. You wait here. And so like you'll occasionally get
use that word? Anyway,
the posh would. But occasionally you get like a sitting place outside of these like toilets so that the other person can wait, and it's all it was like the oldest, nicest bit of furniture I've ever seen, just away in a corner so people can sit in it while their husbands or spouses are weeing. You're like,
I thought you were going to say there's like a small gun rack to put your shotgun while you go for a quick
I can't hold it and use both hands. So
I need both hands, Timothy.
There's a little box where you can keep your servants.
You just pop them in.
Pop them in the box.
Like where you put your trolley in Morrison's when you go in the cafe.
Yeah, just lockable.
Geraldine, one of them's escaped.
Don't worry,
Number 16's on the
run. He's reading Marx, Geraldine. He's reading Marx.
No, he's not. He's pretending. I made sure they didn't learn how to read.
Look, he's holding it upside down, the fool.
He thinks
just doing it to provoke me.
You know, if Leanne's still in the chat, because I can only begin to imagine what the disabled toilet looks like. I need someone who appreciates. Sorry for the podcast, by the way. Leanne is also in a wheelchair, so that's why that's relevant.
Leanne's in a fucking super fast wheelchair. Leanne's in like turbo.
Do you know what?
Wheelchair.
Leanne's in the DeLorean of wheelchairs.
Yeah.
I bet
she's still here.
That disabled toilet at Glen Eagles doesn't even have 3 bins. I bet it has exactly the number of bins it's supposed to, and I bet you can do like double, triple Salcos in it in your wheelchair. Oh, what a dream! Sorry, continue.
I think you're over-egging the pudding there a bit, Mike, because I don't think they'd allowed the disableds in there.
I'm a big fan of an eggy pudding.
I think that'd be very. I mean,
well,
did anyone see the footage that came out today of the guy with cerebral palsy having a go at Jacob Rees-Mogg?
Yes.
No.
And Jacob Rees-Mogg said the line which he should be repeatedly punched in the face for saying, which is, "I'm sorry you feel like that."
Anywho.
It's about Jacob Rees.
So, we were having a wee.
So you had a real fancy wee.
No, I've not got there yet.
Oh, okay.
Dave, Dave, when you go into a gents, what's the overarching feeling you want to have from it? What's the sort of...
I want it to be empty, first of all. Oh, yeah. Am I going in for a number 1 or a number 2?
Regardless, what's the overarching sort of vibe you want from the whole room? I have been waiting
for this question, right?
If you now reach behind you and pull out a really thick tome of Dave's toilet thoughts.
My perfect toilet would have music.
My perfect
toilet.
Would have.
And now on BS Radio 4, my perfect toilet.
It's like that line in Hot Fuzz about my perfect Sunday.
It would be empty. First of all, there would be no one else there. There would be a choice of urinals, all of which were clean. I like that smell of the urinal cake, so I'd like that smell, and it smells clean
It's welcoming. It's what you expect.
But I also want music playing. I've only ever been in a toilet once where I had to have a number 2. And having the music in the background was
You've
relaxing.
only had one number 2.
No,
in your entire life?
You're literally full of shit.
Yeah, just eat some kale or some shit. I don't know, like
I'm not
some shreddies. Have some shreddies.
It's sponsored by Shreddies.
By All Brand.
Dave comes in next week and he's actually just this big.
We always knew he was full of shit.
It turns out I literally cannot poo. But what's the when you walk in, you want that vibe of, oh, this is relaxed. I can do what I need to here.
Yes.
And it's relaxed. I went in and just went, oh, I should have worked harder at school.
That's what they want you to think.
That's by design. That is by design.
Did you feel safe?
No, I felt like I was going to exit this because they only had stalls. It was very much the gents, but there was only stalls.
Yes, we read the chat.
Some of the stalls were urinals. Some of the stalls were basins. For shitters and pisses, you know. But
I don't want to know.
Like,
so
I meant bowls. I said basins.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I was like, do rich people piss in the sink? Because they don't even do that in the Morrison's toilet.
I think the rich go to Morrison's.
Have you been to the toilet in Waitrose?
Do you know when you go to a hotel and you get that sort of they've sort of weirdly folded the toilet paper for some reason to be a little triangle?
Yeah.
Like that was in a public.
That.
It was like that.
How often are they going around re-triangling?
There was someone who I've been to enough nightclubs to when you walk in, there is someone like going, quid for a spray. That guy.
Was there one of those in there?
No, there was someone in there in an immaculate 3-piece suit with a towel over their hand, just waiting for me to be done.
No.
So exactly.
No.
I went in, sat down, and went,
shit.
oh, they're going to judge whatever I do.
They're listening. They're listening.
It didn't.
While you're
no,
there.
because the one.
Was there any background music playing, or was it just the silence of the toilet?
What there was a door. It wasn't like it was a good.
Oh, it was like you're in
door,
actually.
So you couldn't hear anything. But
also, my anxiety would then lead me to go, oh my god, that man's job is to literally stand here while I wee. Stand here while I wee, and if I don't wee, he's probably not going to be able to go home.
He's got a quota to fill.
He's got to clean up 15 gallons of piss a day, and if I don't contribute to that,
I've got to do it now because he'll be really angry because he can't go to see his wife and kids, and then I'll just get probably overstay here. But okay.
I have 2 questions. First, one's first, Dave. Going, if you had some fibre, you wouldn't need to do that. Like, seriously, just one bowl of cereal a day.
No, I do have one bowl of cereal a day.
Okay, but Cocoa Pops don't count.
Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong.
And 2, did the man in the posh suit say no spray, no lay?
Should have done. The man in the posh suit said nothing.
Oh.
They weren't like. I think I made it sound like they were really close. They were like around the because it was you went in. There was quite a nice little big vestibule and then toilets, like vestibule and they were just sort of in there waiting. But so I left and went, right. Well, that was weird. I've no doubt he's in a rush in there now. Make little triangles. Sorry, Mikey.
Was it like when Noel Coward turned up at the beginning of the Italian Job?
Yes, it was exactly like that. 100% like that.
Oh my god, what a reference!
I was even actually genuinely was thinking about that at the time. That's how accurate you are. And then I was like, right, okay. Well, that was weird. Also, Dave, they didn't smell of urinal cake. It smelled sort of like a rich lady's lounge. Like it was sort of potpourri.
How many ladies' lounges are you sniffing to know that?
I have been invited to many a rich lady's lounge to fuss her cats and be part of their will.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
Yep.
That's what it's like in Shropshire, so I've heard.
You've never been to Telford,
I haven't.
I have never sniffed a rich lady's lounge. I'll say that.
I'm gonna.
The more we say it, the more it's starting to sound like a euphemism.
Yeah.
I've never sniffed
I've
a rich
got a
lady's lounge.
question about the experience.
What, sniffing ladies' lounges?
No, about the toilet attendant man.
Mm-hmm.
How soon after you had exited the cubicle did he have to dash in to re-triangle
I don't know.
the paper?
I didn't want to look back, but
because that's stressing me out thinking about it.
But wouldn't you want to go back and mess with him and after he's in the triangle, just
be like, oh, I just need to blow my nose
no,
quickly.
So what I did do is I was like, no, I'm not having someone who's probably on minimum wage come and make a triangle. I'm gonna do it, and I did the triangle.
His job.
Right. But you won't have done the triangle as well as
Yeah,
he
I know.
And
What's worse is I even tried to
someone,
copy the folds.
Someone with inherited wealth who's got a job that pays him 150 grand a year is going to come downstairs. They're going to look at your crappy triangle and blame him.
Yep. Well, ours is not the reason why. But so I then went, okay, there's nothing that can be confusing about washing your hands. No, soap, sink.
Thanks for explaining it via the
taps,
sound.
2 taps with a single spout. Very nice. Lovely. And then went, right. Is there like a Dyson? Because that's quite fancy in my head. Or like the Mitsubishi ones now, which are even fancier. They have them at T-Bay.
Yeah.
No. There were little towels on the side.
Oh.
Little towels.
Little individual towels.
And then I went, well, where do you put the
towels?
Where do you put the towel? There's a little hole in the
actual
sink
fabric
top.
towels.
And you put the towel in there, and it's whisked away. And I was no wonder the rich are so fucking smug. Their bathrooms are amazing. The pricks.
I used to sneak into posh places and use the toilet when I worked in London. And that was always the marker of the real posh ones. That was like,
did everyone notice, though, you started talking about the towels and we all went,
yeah?
And leaned in. Tell us about the towels.
Tiny little individual towels.
Do you know how, like some places that think they're fancy, bless you. He's allergic to the fine cotton of the towel. The towels had too many thread count for his little nose. Do you know how in some places that think they're posh, you have like the hand wash, and then you have like the hand moisturizer.
Lotion.
Right. This place had
posh.
This place had wash, right?
Yeah.
And then lotion that was designed for Gleneagles on it. And it wasn't. It was.
But it smelled like golf balls.
It smelled. Do you know what it smelled like? Nothing. It didn't. It was odorless. So it was just designed to be a moisturizer.
Maybe you couldn't smell it because you're not rich enough.
Oh, that makes more sense.
It's like that enzyme where you...
It didn't give. It didn't smell. What it gave me was a sense of superiority over the working classes. It was ridiculous. I sort of left and went, I can never use another toilet again.
You've been spoiled forever.
It was ridiculous.
This is the difference between me and you, Adam, because I'd go in that sort of place and I'd come out and I'd want to burn the world.
Oh yeah, I would very happily, if my friend wasn't working there and doing some like working with all the kids of the posh pricks who go there, which is like an honourable thing to do because they're making money off rich people. I would insist on the whole building be shut down and the land bulldozed for a good car park to serve Glasgow. Because golf is a terrible sport. Sorry, Scotland. It just ruins a long walk.
Yes.
Just donate everything inside to I don't know one to an RSPCA shop in East Kilbride, and the other half can go to Bernardo's in Motherwell. But it was so weird. It was like going to the toilet in the future. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I've never felt more uncomfortable pooping.
This is what Brexit Britain promises us.
I was told that everyone would get £350 million a week to all shit nicely.
I thought my toilet would be a sunlit upland.
But think of the fancy sinks. That's the end goal, people.
So,
Is that it, Adam?
I mean, later that day, I went to the toilet in a roadside cafe, and it was beautiful. So that was my kit.
Serendipity.
I had 3 urinal cakes on toast. That's how much I loved it.
Oh, it made my tongue feel weird.
Was that a memory sparking in Hannah's mind then? I've got many a time been drunk.
Oh no!
A lovely slice of urinal cake, minty. It's like a lemon drizzle but crunchy.
Oh.
But yeah, long story short, fuck it.
Yeah.
Adam, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
Our chat's going wild.
Our chat has been a joy.
We'll leave it there. It's me next.
Oh, yeah.
Dave Pitt, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit! I introduced you to someone the other day as the poet laureate of Mosley, forgetting it wasn't a real title.
You know, Dave Pitt, the poet laureate of Mosley.
They went, oh really?
Yeah. I didn't realise there was one. Yeah. Sorry.
I
don't Google it.
Don't Google it.
My mate Emma.
It's an analogue position.
My mate Emma, who is the poet laureate of Wolverhampton, she said her mom phoned her up the one day and says, "Have you seen the letter in the Express and Star?" Because Wolverhampton are going for City of Culture. And someone wrote a letter to the Express and Star saying, how can we be City of Culture? We haven't even got a poet laureate. And Perseus had to write in and go, really? I've been doing the job for the last 20 months.
Yeah. Oh.
That is not what my story's about. So I thought this story was about me and my brother being more alike than I thought. And I realised it's not. This story is about if you would behave in the same way that my brother behaved in this story, we can be friends. That's this is a mark for friendship. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like I've always said this. When you're in a relationship with someone, so me and my wife, we've been together 20 odd years. We're blissfully happy together. It's all the other fuckers that ruin everything. And one of the things is we're both creatives, and I always say we found that you don't have to hoover every day.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And because we both
Dave
agree
Pitt, ladies and gentlemen.
because we both agree with that, we're a good fit. Like, if I got with someone who believed that you had to hoover every day, that would be a problem.
That would cause tension, yeah.
Right? Which you don't.
What we've established, Dave, is we can't be together.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And this is similar. If you behave in this way, the way my brother behaved during this story, then I think we would be good friends. And it's a tale about personalities clashing over a really important subject, right? So this happened to my brother many years ago in a pub in Bilston.
Where every good story starts.
Where every good story starts. I think I can remember the name of the pub, but I won't say it in case I'm wrong.
Okay.
My brother's in the pub, gets his pint. Stands there.
What pint?
It would have been mild.
Banks is nice.
Oh God, yeah, Banks is mild. And he looks around, and there's like a fireplace, and on top of the fireplace is a golden lion, like a little ornament. And my brother kind of goes, that's interesting. And he goes over and he picks the golden lion up and he puts it back. And then the barmaid goes, put that back. And he's like, what? And she went, put it back where it was. He went, what do you mean? She went, you've moved it, put it back where it was. And he's like, but that's where it was. No, it wasn't. And she comes from around the bar, goes over to the golden lion and moves it about 2 centimetres to the right.
Okay.
And then goes back round the bar. And my brother goes,
oh no. Oh, I can feel the Dave Pittness oozing out. Oh God.
And moves it 2 centimetres to the left.
No, I'd have set him on fire.
No. It hurts. Okay.
The barmaid goes, stop doing that. Comes around the bar and moves it 2 centimetres to the right.
I'd have hit him over the head with it.
Goes back round the bar and my brother goes, right? It's not even words now, it's just looks.
We need to role play this. Steph, can you be the barmaid?
I'm already the barmaid.
And Hannah, can you be Dave's mischievous prickly brother?
I don't know if I can fully encapsulate it because I'm sort of appalled.
I'm pouring a pint
Dave
here.
needs to do that.
I'm pouring a pint here. Back it in. With the proper, as she's moving it, just going.
Yeah, just like.
I'm just saying, this has got the same toys as that time we asked her to be a ghost.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
That is one of the
Good
clips
ghost.
on our Twitch. Is you being a ghost.
Good ghost.
So yes, my brother moves it and she kind of loses her shit. She then
Understandably.
moves it
Should
back
go to a good posh toilet.
and she goes, if you move that again, I'm getting the landlord, right? Which sounded very much like, if you say anything about me, I'm going to get my dad, right?
Yeah.
Was it one of like a pair and they were the
No.
equal amount, or is it just one on its own?
No.
I'm just trying to be like,
It's where it was supposed to be. And right now, I don't like your brother.
So, my brother stands there and the barmaid's just watching him now. and he starts doing exactly what I do. That kind of so let's say it's this pop vinyl of the Doof Warrior, right? He starts going,
Oh,
and then he goes, and she storms off.
This is the most Dave Pitt thing I've ever heard, and I know it's your brother doing it, and it's like I can feel it, like the Pitt family. Like
I'd have thrown a glass at him. I'd have thrown a glass. All the packets of scratchings, everything had come out of that bar at that man.
So she goes off and comes back with the landlord. He goes over to puts it back and says, "If you touch that again, you're barred."
He touched it, didn't he?
The landlord just went, "Right, you're barred, get out." And he just pissed himself laughing and left, and has never been in the pub since.
Like he was willing to just never go back there.
Oh God, yeah.
Just for the joy of going.
Like, your brother is the ultimate brat.
And the point is, if you'd have behaved in exactly the same way, we can be friends.
I wouldn't.
I reckon, Steph, you'd have done it twice and gone, I'm joking.
No.
You'd have been like, no, I reckon you would have. After the first one, you'd have gone, really? But you'd have done it out of like quizzical, no, how do I done it?
Because after they'd have told me that it's not in the right spot, my anxiety would have gone, it's not in the right spot, it's not in the right spot, what spot was it in the right? Like, that's it, my head had gone. I'd have been on the barmaid's side. I'd have been going up to the barmaid going, if he moves it again, I will help you deck him.
You would have been placing yourself bodily between him and the
I'd have gone and stood by the thing and put my hand on it. Just no.
Question: was the fire lit?
Sorry, say that again.
Was the fire lit at the time?
No.
Yeah, was the fire?
Okay,
It was a fake. You know where they just have a fire surround and then.
Yeah.
So,
maybe it was like the lever to a secret door, and they were like, "Stop touching it because if you move it 3 centimeters to the left, it'll go click. The fireplace will spin round, and you'll see our secret laboratory."
That's like possible.
Sort of thing.
So that was my very short, little, silly story of 2 personalities clashing over an incredibly important subject. And
that is the most you thing I've ever heard. Like, I can just
really
imagine
is.
you, like, I can really see you doing it, and we'd all be there like, Dave, please don't touch the lion again. And you'd be like,
if we were all out and you started doing that, I'd have gone home. Just out of pure, I cannot be part of this chaos.
yeah, and I just gone to sit at the other end of the bar, like, he'll be back. And then he's like ringing us from outside. I've been barred.
Are you following me out? No, I've just bought a pint.
Got to finish this. Got a whole packet of book scratchings.
And I've put a quid down on the pool machine, the pool table. So
I'm waiting for the.
I'm 3 along.
I've already put all my songs in the jukebox, so like.
Yeah.
The pool machine.
I meant to say pool table, and I fucked it.
The joke was there.
The billiards table. The billiards.
Oh, have you played? You laughed at that? Have you played proper bar billiards?
Yeah.
No.
Like.
Is that the table with no pockets?
Yeah. Well, it's got holes. Yeah, and it's all everything from the one end. And it's literally got a bar. Yeah, it's
the
great.
Ringer Bells pub in Willinghall used to have a bar billiards table.
Bar billiards is great.
We used to have the skittle alley in the pub, like with the big wooden skittles. That was cool.
Yeah.
They got rid of it though and made it into like a pizza room or something.
I swear there's a form of billiards with no pockets.
And they have those little things on the table.
It's got holes,
like the little
there's pegs on the table.
Yeah, little shaped, like little trees.
Yeah, it's like holes in it, and you got to put the ball in the holes to get points. But if you get in the wrong holes, you lose all of your points.
Oh, what?
Yeah, bar billiards is fucking great. And it's all done from the same end as well because it's designed for small pubs. It's a proper Victorian game. It's great. And,
so you don't have to go all the way around.
Yeah,
then.
it's all done from the one end. It's like, it's great.
You see
proper Victorian working man's game, though, isn't it?
Working man's game.
What you said there about being kicked out the pub and waiting outside and you lot being inside, that has happened.
No.
This is my surprise face. I'm really surprised.
Bonus story. Foxy's nightclub used to have a right prick of a bouncer. Proper.
Was he?
Prick.
Or were you just a prick and
No.
had to tell you off?
He was a prick. So one of the things he would do, because they weren't allowed to search the women, but they could search their handbags. So there'd be a queue of people. He'd search a woman's handbag, pull tampons out, and go, "Oh, time of the month, is it, girls?" In front of the queue.
Yes.
And
I'd be like,
prick,
yeah. How about you fuck off? I was trying to think of a good pun, and it didn't come out.
During
I'll
this
come
time
back
of
to
month,
it.
I am capable of murder. So keep going.
I'd be like, yes. Would you like to discuss my uterine lining anymore?
Would you?
Would you like to discuss fallopian tubes, sir?
What my new favourite fact is that during our time of shedding, we shedding. Look at, I knew that was going to get at least one of you.
And it's got everyone apart from you. Even Hannah's gone, no.
We actually have far more testosterone in our bodies than estrogen. So when men are like, "Man, you're so hormonal, you're such a bitch," we're acting like men.
Yep.
Then these are the sunglasses coming down.
Yeah.
But yes, he was a prick, and
Seth has briefly forgot she had. Elton John over here.
We've got some birthday ones as well.
Put them both on, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you've got to be
From here, you can only just about tell like they're like guitars, but actually, if you look at another way, they look like golden reindeer antlers.
That's Mikey's
how bad are your pixels on your computer, Mike?
Well, I mean, it's got a screen protector on it. What more would you want?
What's you need a screen protector for in your home? What's happening? I don't want to know.
But yes, this doorman was a prick. And a week before, I hadn't been there, but my mate had kind of took the piss out of him a bit. And he looked a bit of a fool. So the following week, I didn't know any of this had gone on. The following week, I go up there, he searches me and he just goes, "Stand over there." And he wouldn't let me in. To this day, I don't know why. We assume it was because of what had happened a couple of weeks before. But my mate went, "We'll go." And I said to them, I went, "No, go in. I'll wait here." And I just stood by the door. And I stood there 2 hours before he let me in. And I just stood there. Because it was like,
but were you making aggressive eye contact the whole time?
I will fucking stand here until fucking 2:30 in the morning. Wait for my mate to walk off. Just to fucking be a just because I'm a twat. I'll just fucking stand here and I don't care.
I thought we were going to have our first C-bomb of the night then.
It nearly came out, to be fair. But yeah.
Cancer.
I mean,
the C-bomb.
Oh, sorry.
I wouldn't fight him, obviously, because I'm now good at fighting. And doormen, I'm usually quite good at fighting.
I'd love to see you in a fight, Dave.
No, I'm terrible at fighting.
I know.
He's a pacifist.
Yes. And the point stands.
I'm not. I'll get cocky. I think.
Get your cock out.
The last fight I had, I was about 70. In fact, I was going to tell another story tonight, which would have involved this one. But,
save it.
Yeah.
Involved getting you Willie out?
No. You're obsessed.
Come on.
I'm not. Adam started it.
Instagram goes down for one night.
Yes, you went. Yes, but I'm just saying, you went. Adam started it. Point.
Yeah, because
who am I pointing at?
You were pointing at me. Actually.
On my screen is next to me. I did draw a willy earlier on. Because you said you're gonna have to draw dick pics, so I did. You know what? This may be the future without Instagram and Facebook and
just drawing little sketches and holding them up to the webcam.
This is the longest I've ever gone without an unsolicited dick pic.
Gosh.
Which, you know, in the time
be like
that all these men have had where they can't send pictures, maybe consider that, you know, if you want to show your penis to a stranger, book a doctor's appointment.
Yeah. Just get on a bus.
Just get on a bus.
Don't do that.
Anyway, that's my story.
Dave Peak, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, move it back!
Lovely. Dave.
Do it or I'm logging out.
Dave.
You can't see it, Steph, my head's in the way.
But I know it's there.
Look at your face.
You moved it more than that.
Oh, just to ensure that this isn't the last episode of this. It had a pants!
Yay!
Yay!
Woo!
Hooray. So, I was trying to think of something to talk about, and I was going through my laptop because it's nearly out of memory, so I had to delete a load of stuff. I was like, what can I get rid of? And I found a folder that gave me a sudden horrible flashback. And so, as one does, I immediately messaged Hannah and was like, do you think this is a smoke room story? Because it could be too bad. It could paint me in too terrible a light. And she was like, no, you have to do it. So, cast your minds back. Thanks. Cast your minds back to the mid 2000s. I'm at university.
Mike, come on! That was your chance.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, he's got to get
it right. Do you want the cue line again?
He's pressed his horn.
The horn of the past.
The horn of the past has sounded, and now we're in the past.
It's like sounding the seventh trumpet.
Gondor calls for aid, and so I'm in the past, and I'm at uni, and I was living with a couple of people from my course, and I don't know if you remember this. Probably Steph is the only one who might know about it. Is that there was a big fad at the time for these basically scams where they hand out leaflets to unsuspecting young people with disposable income thanks to the student loans company, and it's like, oh, come in and you can get a free hair and makeup and a facial, and we'll take pictures, and you don't have to buy them. There's no obligation. You can just leave. You don't have to buy anything, and then that'll be a nice day out. And it was these little leaflets, and when you went, when you were there, they were like, if you give us the names of 5 of your friends to bother, because this is before GDPR, you can have money off buying the photos or whatever. So some people on our course had given them our names. So they rang up and were like, do you want to come and have a free makeover? And me and my friend were like, fuck it, why not? We don't have to pay any money for it. We're young and free, and we're in London, and we'll go and do that. So
montage.
So excited.
I know. So it's so bad. So we went over there. It was somewhere in North London. It was Farringdon or somewhere.
What? All I'm hearing is just Harry Potter spell.
Yeah. So
it's Farringdon, not Farringdon.
So you go over there, and it's basically an old warehouse or factory building, but it's like a factory still, just with impressionable young people in it. So there's literally like, you go in, there's a big waiting room, and then they're like filtering people through. They're like, number 15, please. It's like being at the deli counter or whatever.
I'm seeing the factory out of Hostel.
I haven't seen it, but like probably, but like, you know, it had like metal floors and like lit by like, yeah, it had like exposed pipes and stuff. And they were like filtering you down through, and they had like 2 or 3 rows of either side filled with like hairdressery type people, just like literally just curling people's hair. Is what like, everybody looked exactly the same. Everybody had like foundation, smoky eye, curl your hair, next person, like what just getting people through.
What are you describing there, Hannah, is the holding room for all of Bumble?
Basically, it's that, yeah. And then all these identical people being pushed into the next part of the building. It was like the Crystal Maze. It was like the different areas.
They made everyone up to like. They made everyone up to look like they're working recruitment. That sort of vibe.
Yeah, that kind of vibe. Yeah, and so it was like, yeah. Then they like pushed you through into the next bit, and it was like different like rooms, and there were loads of people taking people's pictures in each of the different rooms, like working your way around each of the like backgrounds, I suppose, of each thing. And so my friend and I like kept passing each other and going, this is a bit stupid, isn't it? Haha, look at us scamming them out of giving us a free hairdo. And then they like, when you've had all your like pictures done, they like ferry you into a small room, like a tiny room. Like the room has got a sofa in it, and then like the biggest TV you've ever seen in like 2006 or 7.
14 inches.
Yeah, it was like big, but it was like so close to you because the room is just big enough for this sofa and this TV like this far away from you. And they show like, they put all your pictures on, like you and whoever you came with, they put all your pictures on like a thing, like on a rolling thing. So you can be like, oh, I'd like to buy number 271 please for like £1 billion, like really expensive. And then so we're like, well, we're on to you. We're not going to pay any money. And then they start with the haggle. Then they start being like, well, like, you know, what you could do is like just get them on like a CD, and you could just get 4 pictures instead of 8 pictures, and it could be blah, blah, blah. And they try and like get you to spend any money. So in the end, we ended up buying some because we were also, the system worked. Of course the system worked. We got completely scammed because like also they're plying you with Prosecco the whole time. So you
Obviously.
just, well, it was probably Carver. That like, yeah. Sorry.
That's so
Hannah,
flat.
Hannah.
That's so
Probably Lambrini.
Yeah.
Hannah. Let me explain something, right?
Right.
I bet it was sparkling bear.
I used to go to this educational IT show in London called BET, right?
Right.
And one of the things that they want to do is get you at the stand so they can do a pitch. Right?
Yeah.
And one stand had this really clever idea of giving people wine. Because it's full of teachers and head teachers and senior leaders in schools. And they give you wine, and you stand there and you sip the wine. Because they give you a proper glass as well.
Yeah.
And then they can do their pitch.
It's a bit like those timeshare meetings,
yeah,
isn't
they
it?
didn't bank on me and my mate Carl, who were IT technicians, going up and going, cheers!
Getting one in each hand.
Yeah. 5 minutes later, cheers! When they're plying you with Prosecco, just take it.
Yeah.
Whenever it's free drink, just neck it as quick as possible.
Yeah. Then they're coming around with a tray, and you're like, oh, thanks, I'll have one of those. I haven't had one of these yet.
Yeah. And move on as quickly as
yeah,
possible.
Well, that's what happened. And unfortunately, it meant I spent money on some really bad photographs of myself.
How bad?
Which
I've already prepared the clip. Don't worry, I'm already prepared to clip this.
No, it's it's very bad. So
Okay.
So I put PowerPoint.
I think just get it up without any introduction. Just get it up and let us.
Yeah. So ripping off a band-aid. Just do it. Do it.
Yeah. So I've prepared a PowerPoint.
Is there slide transitions?
Yeah, I put animations in. I'm not a fucking idiot.
The laser sound effects.
No, I didn't put sound effects on.
Dave could do the sound effects.
Yeah. Oh, like one that goes like that. So let me work out how to share my screen. So it starts up. So what it was, they sent you like the like high res ones, but they sent you all the low res ones as well in case you wanted to purchase more. So I scanned them in because I was like, this will be hilarious to have for posterity. Thanks, past me, because it is hilarious for posterity. So the first few are like really low res, and then there's a couple of high res ones, which is even worse.
Is this around the time where you shoved cake down your top?
It's exactly then, yeah. It's about it. No, it's about. Yeah, it was sort of a few months before that. Yeah.
Was it the trauma of this that led to the cake?
Potentially, there was a lot going on in my life.
I'm looking forward to everything we're about to enjoy.
So if I present and then I open it, right? Present a window. Oh, it won't let me do it like that, so I'll just have to do my whole screen. Okay.
If you show us on the screen now, the universe will explode.
If what? Chrome wants to share yes, share.
We probably should have taken. It's working. It's working.
It is here. Hannah is presenting.
And we're all down the side.
Hannah,
that works really well. Hannah embarrasses themselves for your amusement.
Again.
Go on, Mikey.
I am delighted that my internet has made it this far. To be honest.
Yay!
We all are, Mike. We all are.
I can't see you, so
that's fine.
You'll have to speak up. Okay, so I'll start off with come with me on a journey back to the mid-2000s.
That definitely needs some laser sound effects.
Here we have leaning against a wall.
I mean, that dress is really nice.
The clothes are mine.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, look, leaning against a circular wall. For some reason, that's like a 90s staple. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, look, one leg. They made me stand like that.
But the third one is like the one half of a rom-com lean.
Yeah, but there's no one on the other side, Mike. It's me twice.
But there's no one on the other side.
That would be the title of your sitcom.
No one on the other side. And it's just me dating a ghost. But the ghost isn't real. My friends have invented the ghost to try and cheer me up because I'm so sad.
Hello, Doug Deans. Right, Hannah Platts, before you go on, did you feel sexy when you were doing
No, I felt awful. I felt absolutely, horrendous. I don't think I've ever felt sexy in my life, and especially not in this factory surrounded by other people, literally pushing you through to the next thing. It was awful.
Oh God!
I hate having my picture taken.
I'm so glad this is the last story. Go on, Hannah.
I don't know why we do. It's so bad. I keep thinking about how it ends, and it's so bad. Okay. So now I've captioned this suspiciously flirty alien who seduces Captain Kirk and then betrays him, but gets phasered at the end. That's the look.
That's the vibe there.
Yeah. Then we've got nice flock.
I like the circular wipe on that as well. That was very good.
Thanks. Yeah, I had fun with the animations. I don't even know what to caption that.
I
don't even know.
Is I'm going to say your friend insisted on the photo being taken while you were drunk in a bar in Spain.
Yeah, Yeah, that's like a fancy toilet. That's like we've broken into a fancy hotel toilet, and we're like pretend that we come here all the time.
It's like a 4-star fancy.
Like the modern day equivalent of that is when people in bars take the picture of them in front of the angel wings on the wall.
Oh God, yeah, yeah,
100%
Steph, I just. Oh, sorry, Mike. Go on.
The double teapot on the third one leads me to believe you're actually halfway through Saturday night.
The double teapot.
There's 2 double teapots and a half-wall teapot.
If that's not a teapot, that's a sugar bowl.
Yeah, there is a sugar bowl.
Oh, crying!
Steph, remember when your friend was getting married and you and your mate recreated the photos?
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say, Steph. That's all I'm going to say. I can pop around anytime you want and we can sort this out. Me and you will recreate these photos.
I can't even begin to. I can't remember what comes next now. So like, oh, I tripped and fell.
Yes, that one's taken after the club photo. It's like 4 hours later and you've had a gin too many.
That is literally me in a toilet.
That is, you've had to take the lift from the top of the nightclub because your feet hurt and you can't remember where the stairs are.
Oh, I tripped and fell.
The floor makes it look like you're in the back of a meatloaf.
Oh, there's a Scooby-Doo. And there's like...
Hold on. Doug Deans has said calendar. Yeah.
Holy shit, how many of these are there? Because we can definitely do a calendar.
So many.
I'm a big fan of like, hello.
I don't know why
on the left,
the one leg thing.
The left, that's in a quirky horror comedy. And you've opened the door and be like, oh, good evening.
Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, that on the left, the one with the weird glass, is that on the right or the left?
On the right.
I don't
know.
Right. Am I right? Okay. The one with the weird glass is the toilets in the Wolfram Centre.
Oh my God.
It is.
Yeah.
It's also
the glass bricks are very like changing rooms, like early 2000s, aren't they?
Yeah,
like...
it's also every Robin Asquith film from the 1970s.
Oh yeah.
Confessions of a Taxi Driver.
There's
an interior wall made of glass bricks. A woman's running round. Her bra's just come off. She's doing that, and there's a knock at the door. Oh no, it's the vicar.
Oh no. Oh no.
I have to say, your smizing in all of these is second to none. It's like...
Thanks very much, thanks.
I
can't remember what comes next. Oh, I tripped and fell!
You don't look like you're having a nice time at all.
I wasn't. It was awful. And because like either side of me here are like other people also. Do you know what I mean? You're not by yourself. There's like a whole conveyor belt of people going round and round. And I kept like meeting my friend and making eye contact and being like, what are we doing? This is ridiculous. Just to get some free eyeshadow on our faces.
The bloke version of this is during Freshers, we were given coupons for Domino's. Oh no! That's it. That's the one. That's the one with the.
Oh no! The alien has a twin, and they can do telepathy. Quick, Captain Kirk, run!
No, we can make that one the other side. We can make that the ghost. We can make that one the ghost.
Where I date my own ghost.
That's very you.
That's
very me.
Steph,
the only person that will date her is her own ghost.
The subtitle for your sitcom would be "Nobody Understands Me Like I Do." There you go.
Or it's like a rebooted version of Randall Hopcutt to C Spot with female twins.
Together, please.
Can
we write this sitcom together, please?
I absolutely am up for that. Yeah.
It's an absolute shoe-in.
I think they get even worse. Oh, the classic. Oh,
I've got a photo of me like that in Fort Dunlop's round premiere in Windows. Doing that pose, that exact same pose.
Did you even grow up in the 90s if you don't have a picture of you sitting in a circle?
That is So a woman gets trapped in Parliament.
Out of all of them, that's the best one so far. Like, honestly.
Yeah, they don't get better. They
Yeah.
don't get better.
Doug Dean's
On a completely serious note, I freaking love those shoes.
Those shoes are great.
Yeah, they're
Those shoes are so nice.
Doug Dean's has pointed out that is the cover for your late 90s solo album.
Right? Because,
Honestly.
like, that's my Alanis, like.
Hannah Platt. Tomorrow.
Or you know when like when artists' children stuff, and they always like come on to stage with some big elaborate set piece.
Oh my god!
Like when I went to see Steps and they appeared from the floor in giant.
In giant what, Mike?
Giant what, Mike?
What?
Giant what?
Giant toy boxes like.
Mike, giant what?
Oh god!
Did he say
He's made himself laugh.
The thing you put, the thing that like dolls coming.
What a
box?
Yeah.
The dollhouse.
No, like a Jack in the Box thing.
Like,
Come on, Mike, sound it out.
I'm so sorry. Carry on. The jokes.
That photo was really Donna Lewis. That's the vibe I'm getting from that photo. Is
don't know
pure
who
Do you know
Donna
what I'm
Lewis.
thinking of?
Who
You
is
know
that?
when Holly Valance started a music career and she had like one really good song?
Yeah. And then just disappeared.
That's what I'm getting.
That's my
Yeah.
vibe.
I'm getting 90s one-hit wonder. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I love you always forever. Du, 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 du. That one.
Oh, I tripped and fell.
But this time, I fell away from you, coquette. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's somewhat they're superimposed your legs out of the photo.
Do they normally photograph owls? They're like, well, it's fine. You can normally just turn your head 180 degrees. It's not a problem.
Oh god. Oh, I think this is the real bad one now. Oh no. Awkward. But behind that like window with the blinds on are like 3 other people having their photo taken against the window. Like
How many
Like-
people have been on that bed that day?
oh, I dread to think.
Oh, no.
That just, oh no.
It's so bad. And look at the bedstead, like with the thing missing. Like it literally looks like you've been kidnapped.
It looks like the dodgy ad for like a campsite.
It's so bad. It's like Babe Station, but like worse.
Call now to talk to
La-
girls
last-
in your area.
last page. We've got Babe Station. It's just last site.
I think this. Yeah, so this is the last one, and I've put a content warning on it.
The clip button is.
I honestly don't know if I can even show this.
Right.
Yes, you
Oh,
can. Yes, you
God.
can. If we're going to go out, this is the way I want to do it.
Yes.
If you have to go through it
We're
quick,
going out
quick.
like this.
What I love is you put this presentation together knowing what this was for, and
I
this is all you're doing.
But I had bravado like 2 hours ago. And now I'm like, oh no. Okay, prepare yourselves. Boobs!
Oh,
Just the one.
Just one solitary boob just hanging there by a thread. And then I got a bit like, maybe that's not allowed, so I just put a little...
Oh, I hadn't noticed it before you put the crop on it.
To be fair, all you're doing now is drawing attention to it.
I just...
that's side boob, but the wrong side.
It's a pouchy internal side boob.
I don't know how.
You know when
Steph's working out math.
Steph, you know when we
I can't
recreate
see
these
you.
photos, Steph, I'll do that
I'm
one.
not getting my inside
No.
boob out.
I'll do that one.
Is
Alright,
that
okay.
your cardigan or like a rug? Like a you're still on the bed
It's
as
a
well.
skirt. That's a skirt.
How
Oh,
did
that's
you-
offensive, Adam. Is that a rug? No,
No,
it's
but
a
I didn't even notice that you were still on the bed for this. So
All
was
of
the
these clothes
photographer
are from like weird charity shops.
was the photographer female?
No.
So did the bloke go, just get one out?
No, he didn't tell me that it was
classic.
hanging out. He just went, oh yeah, just like sit up.
Did you buy the high-res version of this one?
Yes! Because I thought it was hilarious at the time. Me and my friend were a little bit drunk and I was like, I'm buying that one. I'm buying that, look at my boobs.
Please tell me you bought it not on a CD, but on like a 3-foot by 6-foot canvas.
No, it's not on a canvas.
You woke up and went, oh god.
No, but I do have printouts of some of these that they sent.
We could give them away as prizes.
We could auction them.
You could sign them.
Oh my god, I'm willing to auction off, but not the boob one.
You could sign your boob.
For someone who wasn't sure about these photos, you sure do have a lot of copies of these photos.
No, because they sent it in like a little box with like the CD and like it was so bad.
How many of these photos are currently on your dating site profiles?
None, of course, none.
I mean, to be fair, if you put the boob one on,
I was 20 years old in that.
I swipe right.
I look about 45.
Do you know what that one is? Go back. Do you know?
How do I do that? Previous.
Do you know, like, Sherlock, when the series, and I can't remember her name, but she was the forensic scientist that like no one noticed, but everyone didn't realise till like the last episode where Sherlock snogged her that she was super pretty.
Oh,
that's
Molly.
what that shot is. You only need a lab coat and you're ready.
Sweet, yeah.
It's also.
I don't look like that anymore, unfortunately.
You saying you didn't realise Hannah was pretty until that.
Until this moment here now.
Absolutely. Kiss my ass. What I'm saying is Hannah is stunningly beautiful. It's just that photo. I'm not the one who said a skirt was a rug, but you didn't go after Unwin. I get it.
The other thing I forgot to point out is that on some of them you can see the. Oh god, we've got to go back to boobs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On my
stream is like a full 10 seconds behind what's in real life. So I've been trying to wait for the right moment. Cake.
Yay! I can't see anything. Right, let me do this.
Also, Hannah, that photo at the end looks like the fun aunt that likes world music.
Yeah, that's what I thought
This
it looks
is how
like.
the world burns.
Okay, I can see you again now.
Blow the candles out. Make a wish.
Blow them out. Yay!
I just so I could
knife is in the computer.
I could smell candle, and I looked over and I just saw like burning lights from next to the door.
I've been sat in the corridor since the start of the presentation. I lit candles so I could light them really quickly. Which is why there's no wax on the cake.
Would you like some waxy cake?
Yes, I would love some.
Would you like the face or the arse?
I mean,
arse it is.
Yeah, what
oh,
cake
true,
have you
because
got,
we're gonna Lady in the Trumpet.
Right.
Adam, what cake?
Adam doesn't care anymore. Adam's got cake.
I've got gluten-free Colin.
Oh!
He looks so special. My brother is Colin. I am Cecil. That was the greatest presentation I've ever seen.
That was amazing.
Oh,
thanks.
Shout out to Platts who actually bought it from the shop, so I didn't have to get out of my pajamas.
Oh, what I was going to say was you could see that I've got a big, massive plaster on my thumb in loads of them because I had this scar because I'd cut my finger on a breeze block. Don't ask me. I don't really know how. And so there's a huge plaster around my thumb in loads of pictures. You can, when you know it's there, you can see it really clearly.
So we'll post them on the Instagram when we are able to.
Yeah, no.
Yes. When the world comes back.
I mean, Sherman will know anyway.
Steph,
Yeah.
we're going to sort that out.
It's either
Steph.
you give me copies, or I'm just going to screenshot off the presentation.
Okay.
So it is your choice.
Okay.
Is WhatsApp back?
No.
Don't know.
So Facebook, they sort of deleted a huge chunk of Facebook.
What? Really?
So they deleted almost all their DNS stuff.
Oh.
So if you wanted to right now, you're able to buy Facebook.com's domain.
Somebody's going to do that, aren't they?
It wouldn't work. So yeah, you just
No.
can't access any of the websites that Facebook have because their routing's all gone, all of it.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Is
Well
it-
done.
Is this how it's brought down?
Could
So
be.
I mean, yesterday there was a whistleblower saying Facebook is terrible, and today Facebook's gone down. By a mistake that could only have happened internally.
Oh my goodness.
You're right.
Oh, do you know what? I can already smell the Louis Theroux documentary in 4 years.
Him just awkwardly talking to someone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, someone's phone's going crazy.
Had a plants, ladies and gentlemen!
That was awesome.
Thanks.
Well done. That was
Welcome.
awesome.
Always willing to embarrass myself for your amusement.
Yeah, you've got to do it again now. We're doing another one of these next week at 7:30. We're doing a lock-in. I don't know what we're doing. I know there's going to be a quiz coming up at some point, isn't there, Steph?
Oh my god, look at her face.
I have already done one round.
But how much fun was tonight? That was wonderful.
It felt like old times.
It did,
Yay.
I didn't have the cake in the before times.
Oh, so it's better than the before times.
And I have a knife.
Yay.
Yeah, put that down. I don't think that's okay on the stream.
Oh, it's actually not, is it? Maybe that can get you banned.
Yeah.
I've just had a thought. Did anybody tell JS Rock? We're changing.
We did mention it, but he hasn't been on since. We'll have to message him.
To be fair, he should be getting
I'll be all right.
notifications.
Yeah, he's following, so he's following us, so we'll get the notification.
JS Rock, the guy from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Our Texas buddy.
DJ JS Rock.
DJ Dick.
Maybe he's trying to solve Texas's problems. It may be a while.
So thank you all for coming along tonight. You've all been amazing. Thank you,
thanks, chat.
Chat, you've been great.
Yeah.
Weird at times, but good.
Yeah, there was a bit of madness going on in the middle of it, but I thought it was handled quite well. So say goodbye, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. And we'll see